Everything seemed business as usual at Dodger Stadium. Lights shining, fans cheering, players stretching before the game, until one voice shattered the illusion. A young Korean infielder, once silent, stepped up and demanded what many never dared to say out loud: justice, fairness, and accountability. But what followed was not applause, it was chaos. A furious coach, a shaken locker room, a stunned media. And then, Shohei Ohtani spoke. What began as a single player's cry has now erupted into a league-wide investigation, igniting headlines from Los Angeles to Seoul to Tokyo. This isn't just about one team anymore. This is a reckoning. Welcome to the most explosive scandal the Dodgers have faced in decades. The Los Angeles Dodgers are facing their most serious internal conflict in recent memory after Korean rookie Wang Kim shocked the organization by publicly calling for the formation of a disciplinary committee. A bold demand meant to investigate what he described as ongoing unfair treatment and possible racism within the team. Kim's statement, made in front of reporters during a routine post-game session, was met with gasps and confusion before the full weight of what he was saying sank in. He wasn't simply frustrated. He was alleging systemic mistreatment, citing unexplained reductions in playing time and dismissive treatment by coaching staff. Within hours, the baseball world was ablaze with speculation. And then Dodgers manager Dave Roberts responded, not with understanding, but with fury. "Who do you think you are to make such a request?" he reportedly barked in a closed-door meeting, which several anonymous sources described as hostile and emotionally charged. Roberts' reaction only intensified the controversy. Players who witnessed the exchange described Kim as visibly hurt, though he remained composed. Word spread fast. Multiple teammates admitted, off the record, that Kim's concerns weren't unfounded. They noted that despite strong performances, he was often benched without explanation, especially against left-handed pitchers, even when his stats justified more field time. Whispers of internal favoritism had circulated before, but no one had ever gone public. Kim had broken the silence. Then came the most unexpected twist. Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers' crown jewel and global superstar, voiced his support for Kim. In a post-practice interview, Ohtani remarked, "If Kim feels he's being mistreated, the team owes him and everyone a full review. We have to be accountable, or what's the point of being a team?" The moment Ohtani spoke, everything changed. Media outlets across America, Korea, and Japan seized the story. The hashtag #JusticeForKim began trending in Asia. Fans in Seoul held signs during games. Even Japanese broadcasters replayed Ohtani's words on loop, framing the incident as a matter of international dignity. MLB could no longer afford to stay silent. Within 48 hours, the league announced a formal investigation into the Dodgers, specifically focusing on potential internal discrimination and management misconduct. A letter sent to the Dodgers front office cited credible allegations of mistreatment and bias against a player, and potential violations of MLB's standards of fairness and workplace safety. This wasn't just a PR nightmare, it was a structural crisis. Especially damaging were the claims that neither Kim nor Ohtani had been adequately supported when tensions rose. MLB insiders revealed that the league was deeply concerned about how internal disputes were being handled, especially those involving players from minority backgrounds. The Dodgers' initial response, a generic statement about cooperation, did little to calm the storm. Fans demanded more. Asian American groups, civil rights advocates, and former players began speaking out, calling for a complete cultural overhaul within the organization. Meanwhile, Kim remained silent. A teammate close to him said, all he ever wanted was fairness. He didn't want headlines. He wanted to be treated like every other guy in the locker room. But headlines are exactly what he got. The media frenzy began examining Kim's playing time and depth, his reduced appearances, his absence in key games, and questionable lineup decisions that left many puzzled. Despite showing strong potential earlier in the season and even finishing second in the National League Rookie of the Year poll, Kim's recent appearances had dropped sharply. In July, his batting average dipped to .118 with no runs and limited RBIs. While some attributed it to a slump, others argued the slump was being worsened by lack of rhythm, a problem that arises when players don't get consistent at-bats. Ohtani's backing gave Kim credibility, but also raised the stakes. By speaking out, Ohtani risked disrupting clubhouse chemistry and alienating the coaching staff, but he didn't back down. "Silence only protects the status quo," he later told a reporter. His words resonated. Asian fans, often feeling sidelined in American baseball narratives, found themselves galvanized. "We're not just here to sell jerseys," one fan wrote online. "We're here to be respected." From a gameplay standpoint, the Dodgers are now facing a logistical dilemma. With injuries to Kike Hernandez and Max Muncy, their infield depth is already strained. They can't afford to keep sidelining Kim, not when his versatility could fill multiple roles. Alongside Miguel Rojas, Kim remains one of the few players capable of shifting seamlessly between second base, shortstop, and outfield. And with mid-season call-ups and trade moves in motion, his future is hanging by a thread. Unless he breaks through his slump, behind the scenes, Kim has been working tirelessly. Coaches noted that he modified his swing mechanics this season to better handle MLB-level fastballs. He eliminated his leg kick and lowered his grip position to mirror technique similar to Ohtani's. The adjustment initially paid off, but inconsistency in playtime has made it difficult to build confidence. Still, he remains optimistic. "You need to keep showing up," he reportedly told a friend. "You won't break a slump on the bench." The MLB investigation is ongoing, but early leaks suggest that team dynamics, communication, and internal accountability systems are all under review. Some analysts believe this may lead to broader policy changes across the league to better support international players, who often face cultural and linguistic barriers in American locker rooms. For now, the Dodgers are caught between damage control and decision-making. Do they double down on loyalty to their coaching staff, or take the bold step of admitting failure and reforming? This controversy is more than just baseball politics. It's about identity, inclusion, and the evolving face of American sports. The Dodgers, one of MLB's most iconic franchises, are now being forced to reckon with their internal culture. Fans, players, and the world are watching closely. The outcome of this investigation may define not just Kim's career, but the integrity of a team that claims to stand for excellence. In a sport that prides itself on tradition, fairness must never be a tradition broken.